Hey folks, you know the expression, a picture's worth 1,000 words? Well, today, it might be worth a whole lot more than that, and I'm going to tell you why. We've always needed professional photography for a variety of reasons, but today, with all the images, the content, if you will, that's out there on social media, the internet, everything else, whether it's personally or professionally, you got to have great content. The content starts with great photography. Great photography starts and ends with great professional photographers, like this guy, my guest today. Now, his name, by the way, is Daniel Mata, and his company, interestingly enough, Daniel Mata Photography. Daniel, welcome to the show, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, doing great, Brian. Thanks again for having me.
Well, thank you for being here, man. I'm pumped about this, and I want to start way back to the beginning. So, photography guy, have you always been that guy? Have you always had a camera for as long as you can remember, or did this just kind of happen later in life?
This actually just happened later in life.
Interesting.
Believe it or not, honestly, I was not expecting to ever get into this type of industry.
Okay.
I was always a creative, and funny enough, I really wanted to be a musician when I was younger.
You are creative.
So yeah, so I get to play music.
Well,
and stuff like
the
that.
camera is now your instrument.
It is. It is.
But I'll tell you what you are, and you picked the word creative. Photographers like yourself, you're an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And the definition I use for that is very simple. I'm sure if my checkbook was big enough, I could buy the exact camera, the exact lighting, exact everything that you have. But at the end of the day, the pictures I take aren't going to look anything like yours. That's where the artistry comes in. Is
yes,
that fair
sir.
enough?
Absolutely. Yeah, lighting. Big thing is working with people. For me, is knowing how to draw the confidence out of people.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is just being easygoing. Because back when I first started, I was in front of the camera just to get an idea of what it was going to be like. And so that experience always stuck with me.
Put yourself in their shoes so you know what you're dealing with.
Exactly. It was a very weird experience, you know, when you got a camera in your face, kind of like now.
Tell me about it, Daniel. I do it every day. But no, that's smart for you to be able to empathize with your clients.
Absolutely.
So for professional photography, there's so many different directions one can go in that. Which one do you go? What's your specialty, and why did you go this route?
Specialty for me is people.
Okay.
I love working with people because I get the chance to work with all different kinds of people, and it makes, I get to hear, lots of different stories, and it helps me in terms of, some people are, nervous when they come in, and some people are, they've easily done this before.
Some of the other end, though, they're the prima donnas and they're ready to work it.
Yeah, the more vain people, I guess you could say, but they it's easy to draw that out.
Well, working with people, let me ask you something real quick. Headshots. You do headshots? Mm-hmm. So back in the day, the people that needed headshots were actors, and now it's everybody.
Everybody.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, we have a social media presence now. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, 90s, I guess. 90s, early 2000s.
Right.
There's a big social media presence now, and especially with COVID last year happening, a lot of people are looking at changing, their careers or trying to start up something new. Mm-hmm. So, my clientele, I mean, they're always, face to face with, business and things like that. And so, they need a really good solid headshot or a portrait, whatever industry that they're in. I work with a lot of real estate individuals, and so, we'll go shoot at a model home, things like that, and it kind of puts them in that environment.
Well, so many people, unfortunately, their headshot, it's where they just crop their boyfriend out of the selfie they took with a phone, and that's not the...
Or the wedding photo.
Or the wedding, or the wedding. I look great in my white dress, he's gone.
Yeah.
But the point being, quite simply, and you nailed it, I mean, people looking to switch jobs and stuff, you got one shot, you got a nanosecond when that photo shows up. It better be good to the point that now they want to go see the words behind the photo. But if they don't like the photo, they're not even getting to the words.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, confidence and approachability is really what you're trying to get out. And so whenever they're applying for a new career or whatever they're trying to do, they have a wonderful photo of them that really represents and captures their expression. And so again, and it's not just about expression, the photographer's got to be able to draw that out, but he's also got to really know lighting. And I think lighting is a very important thing, and not to mention face shapes, everything about the person, and I've had the privilege of getting to photograph lots of different people.
Good for you.
So being able to see different face shapes and knowing how to draw out their best angle on top of their expression and lighting.
Okay, one word that jumped off, there's a lot of words, by the way, that jumped off the page when I was reading about you, mentors. Now, when you looked to get into this business, you had some mentors to help you along the way. Go into that. I mean, did you seek them out, or did they find you? How did that process work?
It was actually a buddy that who I met through friends of friends, and so he was actually a wedding photographer, and so that's really how I got my first start. Was I shot weddings, and that really helped put me in place, because I'm sure all the wedding photographers know the pressure of shooting a wedding is unlike any other.
Get a lot. Cut? Could you walk her down the aisle again? I missed that.
Let me retake that shot.
Sorry, Dad.
So in a situation like that really taught me how to light, how to work in pressured situations, how to talk to people, and lots of different lighting environments where you've got to really act on the fly.
Well, so what's the timeline here? How long have you been the professional photographer, having your own place? How long have you been doing this?
Realistically, probably, I would say probably 4 to 6 years.
Good for you.
I've been shooting since 2012.
Good for you.
So, and just like anything, when you're first starting out, the whole object is just to shoot. Just
get in there.
Yeah, just get in there. Just shoot your camera, and hopefully, the goal is to learn something new every week, and so that's always been
okay. Let me ask you this. I'm going to flip the script here for a second. So you had your friend who hooked you up a friend to friend. That's how you got started through your mentor. But now you've been doing it 4 to 6 years. Do you see yourself as a mentor? I mean, could you give advice to someone that say, "Hey, Daniel, I want to get into photography"? Would you feel comfortable maybe taking them by the hand and giving them some pointers?
I would love to. I mean, I feel like I've helped out a few different people but just like anything, being a mentor. I don't proclaim to know, everything that, everything there is to know about photography, but I can explain to people what's worked for me, and things that, maybe my mentors taught me.
Did you go the mentor route too? Because a lot of times people, and you figured out pretty good, I'm pretty good at this camera thing, I'm going to go for it. But if you've never bid a business owner before, now the business aspects jumped in there. Did you get some people to help you out when you realized, okay, I got my camera, I got my lights, but I'm not sure how to advertise? How'd you go that route?
I'm still a one-man show to this day. Yeah. Now I will kind of, in terms of like website, and marketing, things like that. My social media, I will say, it's kind of, it's not the greatest right now, and I'm working on that at the moment. But I a lot of things I do is through my website, and so I really try to put all the information out there, all the best work, so you can literally go to my website and you can find just about everything, and I'm always trying to update.
Well, content is king.
Content.
I bet you have a good headshot on your website.
I do. I do.
Did you take it yourself?
I didn't. Okay. I didn't. I actually this was the headshot that one of my buddies took of me when I was first starting out to learn to shoot, and so he took it for me, and that really kind of threw me out of my comfort zone. And again, that's what really helped me, okay, this is my angles.
Daniel, hand me your camera. Okay, stand over there by those lights. What?
What do I do? So
have you found, I always like to throw this in there, with everything going on in the world for the last year, some businesses, thankfully, have been a little bit positively impacted with COVID, and I'm curious, with everybody out there now putting themselves back out there in the job market, is that giving you a little bit of an uptick maybe to help?
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, last year, even with COVID, and of course, right when COVID happened, my schedule was booked solid, and of course, I think it was right mid-March.
Right.
Everybody either canceled or they rescheduled until they kind of figured out, okay, what's going on here with this COVID thing. So, but I just used that time. I worked on my website. I tried to just learn marketing things, whatever I could.
That's what the smart business owners did, and the ones, frankly, that have sit right there in that chair, the ones that are going to succeed. The 4 to 6 years, by the way, something you may not know, I've learned since doing the show, that 5-year number is huge. Once you get to 5, yes, absolutely. Once you get to 5 years, okay, here we go. You're there. You're right there. You're just getting started, but you use downtime to better yourself. You don't just sit back, I got this. You keep learning to be a better business owner, a better photographer.
Absolutely.
And a better mentor for other people.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm out of time, man. I appreciate you popping in today.
Thank you again.
Continued success. You look great here on camera.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Thanks again, man. Appreciate
Absolutely.
you.
Thanks,
folks. Hey, we appreciate you too. Don't run off. We're coming right back on All In.